Welcome to the Strings Attached, Mother and Daughter Knitting and All Things String podcast. I am Mallory.
And I am Frida.
And today we are going to do some new things that we're really excited about. I called this episode Colorwork and Cookies.
That's good. Colorwork and cookies.
Because I have started more than started, a new colorwork sweater called the Zalktis Pullover. I'm really, really excited about it. I can't wait to show you. And we also have done a cooking segment. We're going to try to do some new things here and there to kind of spruce up our channel, make it a little bit more interesting and more fun. So today we got a couple requests for the Empire biscuit recipe from our last episode. We talked about it. So we did a little cooking how-to.
How to make our cookies, Empire biscuits.
Yeah. So anyway, that'll be fun, and we're pretty proud of how it turned out. We're not professionals or anything, but it's cute. Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah, I've got the new Zalktis pullover to show. We've got our Winter League pullovers for our make along that's going on right now. Winter League pullover by Two of Wands. Mm-hmm. We've both got you've got a lot of progress made on yours, and I've made some. Mom's got a Chevron crochet Chevron throw to show. I have one to show as well. Quilts and chatter. Yeah. So hope you enjoy this episode. We want to kind of make our podcast a little bit more exciting. And so let us know if you have any suggestions of things that you'd like to see from us. Like, we thought about putting pictures in of just little family moments every couple of pictures every episode or something. I might do that at the end of this one if I remember to. But yeah, just let us know if you have any ideas of things that other knitters do that, that podcast and that you like and that you'd like to see from us or etc. So yeah. All right.
It's fun.
So I guess I kind of want to talk about my new WIP.
Because I don't think either one of us have any finished objects.
No finished objects.
So go ahead.
Well, I do have a finished object. It's that one that I fixed, that sweater I fixed.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole thing. I'll talk about that on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, this is called the Zalktis Pullover. It's by Zanete Knits. And it's basically all over colorwork except for just the very bottom. So that's a picture of it there. And then here's another picture of what the end product is going to look like. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, okay.
It does.
I have cast this on and almost gotten done with the body. It doesn't look like it, but really I am not very far from being done.
Because this comes down really far.
Yeah. And I only have 4 more inches of just straight charcoal to knit before I put the band on.
Oh, so your color work is all done?
The color work is done for the body. I have to go back in on the arm and do a little bit before I...
Yeah.
But yeah, the body color work is done. That's kind of where I stopped. I was like, whew, I got that far. I need a break. It looks so cool on camera, when you hold it back like that.
Yeah.
So,
it's beautiful.
Yes, it has a provisional cast. A lot of this was not new to me, but just challenging. And I really have enjoyed it. So it was a provisional cast on, which I've only done that a couple times. So that was kind of a thing that challenged me. And the color work itself was challenging enough. Because even though it's 2 colors, you have these large gaps where there's no pink there. And then down here, there's same thing. And you have to carry the yarn behind it. And same with those pink, blocks. There's charcoal gray behind those. So you have to carry it back there. And that gets really twisty. Goodness. And cumbersome. So right now I have it off of the needles because I was trying it on. And I did use my knitted barber cords too. But I needed to maneuver my body around in it. And I was getting nervous using those. I don't know.
Yeah, if they don't pop off.
If this thing unraveled, it would be awful. Yeah. So I slipped it onto a scrap yarn to mess with it because, of course, I didn't gauge swatch. But I bought this yarn at a yarn shop in Covington, Kentucky. Stitch Yarn Studio, I think is what it was called. And I talked to the owner, and she was like, "Yes, this yarn is a good weight compared to what you have there." And if I knit with yarn it calls for, I'm pretty close to gauge usually. So I was like, okay, so I didn't do a swatch because I hate doing that anyway. And I really was confident that this yarn was going to be fine. Well, my gauge per 4 inches is almost 1/2 of an inch too big.
Yikes.
Unblocked. So I was like, oh great, it's going to be huge, It's supposed to be oversized, but I don't want it to be massive. But then when I look at the schematic on the pattern, even though my gauge is too big, my actual sweater measurement is smaller than what the finished measurement is going to be.
Is that blocked though?
Yeah. But so is the gauge that she tells you to use. It's a blocked, like you were supposed to make your gauge, your swatch and block it and then measure it. So I feel like blocked swatch and then blocked schematic measurement versus unblocked swatch and unblocked schematic measurement should be the same, like, difference. So I don't know how I'm over gauge, but I'm under the measurement by quite a bit of the schematic. Anyway, regardless, I tried it on and it is roomy, but it's not ugly. Like, it looks good. I like it. And I went through some of the projects on the Ravelry page about the sweater, and they all kind of look like that. They all kind of look like they're real big.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah. The only thing I worry about mostly is how big the raglan is, because I do not like a bunch of scrap under here. Like, this sweater, when you lay it out compared to this sweater I have on, which fits me like perfectly, is the exact same size. I haven't blocked this yet, but still.
The arms too?
No. But the raglan on this, well, I don't remember though, because this was knit from the bottom up and then you pick, so it's different. Anyway, this hits me right at my armpit. I mean, there's no stuff under there, and that's what I like. So I'm just hoping that doesn't bother me, because I don't think that would.
Maybe a pattern that's not supposed to do that.
Yeah, but I think that pattern, whether I made a small size or that size, if I made the size I made now or the smaller size, both way the arm is going to be big like that. So I'm going to finish it and see. I'm so close to being done with the body.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and just finish, because now it's just straight knitting until you get to the ribbing, and then it's ribbing. So I might as well finish it and try it on, because I do not want to rip all that out. I was prepared to if I had to, because I'm knitting for enjoyment right now, and I'm knitting for myself. I'm not under any time constrictions or anything this year. Nothing. Not knitting under pressure. So I could rip it out, but I don't want to.
No, I wouldn't want to either.
But it was very expensive yarn, and it's a very pretty sweater that I want to wear. So I want it to fit. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the body because I'm so close. Yeah. But anyway, the yarn I'm using, the charcoal gray, is Rowan Moordale, and the color is Ash. And it is a DK weight, but it's a small DK weight. Like, it doesn't feel as thick as a lot of DKs, because the pattern calls for sport. So that's probably why I'm over gauge a little bit.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
But it's not a thick DK weight. Like, I talked to the lady at the yarn store, and she's like, oh, no, it'll be okay. And then this is actually, this Blue Sky Fibers is the pink that I'm using. It's actually worsted, but it feels thinner than that DK weight. Like, when you actually, like, hold it up and look at it. So, whatever. I'm using it. And like I said, I talked to that lady at the yarn store, and she really thought it would be okay. I should have did a swatch, but I didn't want to.
Do we ever?
But I think it'll be okay. It's supposed to have 8.5 to 12 inches of positive ease or something like that. So I think I'll be okay. And when I do block it, I'll just make sure I do not stretch it out at all when it's on the mat. I will just, like, lay it and kind of even, like, let it totally, but it doesn't need to be blocked because it's color work. But
well, it depends how it fits you down here if you need to.
And I did think about doing some side shaping now that I'm done with the color work.
Oh, yeah.
I might just do a little slight bit of side shaping, so it doesn't feel like this balloon on me, you know? I don't want to do so much that it looks like a muffin top.
Yeah.
But I might just do a little bit just to have it not feel so frumpy. I don't know. But anyway, this is the pink, and it's Blue Sky Fibers, and it's called Woolstock Worsted, and the color is Quartz Crystal. So yeah, I picked both of these up on vacation in Covington, Kentucky, and it's very soft. Both of them are very soft, fun.
It's beautiful.
Fun to work with yarns. Yeah, this is my first Rowan yarn project.
Cool.
I'm very excited about it. But yeah, I'm having a little nervousness about the fit, but it's hard to tell if something's going to fit when it's not got the rest of the body on it.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of like hangs right here. So it's like, is that too big? Or is that, like, if I actually pull on this, see me, look.
Yeah, you have quite a bit of space
right
here.
So, I mean, that's how this one is, but it also doesn't have the rest of its body. So it just kind of like, I go like that, and then it just kind of stays out. it doesn't like fall back in. It just stays out. So it's like, oh no. But
yeah, that does have a lot of extra room.
And I love this sweater. This sweater fits me.
It's sweatshirty.
Probably the best out of any of my pullovers that I've made so far, really. It just stays where it needs to be. And it comes under the armpits where I like. I just really, really like this sweater. This is the Nurtured by Andrea Mowry. Only I made it full length. Hers is kind of a crop. But I made it full length. And the yarn was Cascade 220 Iridescence, I think. And since it is Cascade, it is pilling. But I wear this sweater a lot. It's one of my, if I'm going to wear a sweater, it's one of the ones I pick a lot. So it's very warm. I love it. So, okay.
Great.
That is my big new WIP that I was excited about. So, what do you got?
We want to talk about our sweaters later.
We can talk about it now.
Okay, well, that's basically my WIP.
Okay. This is for our current make-along that's going on.
Yeah.
You can make anything by 2 of 1s, any pattern, crochet, knit, doesn't matter. You can use any yarn you want. We're using the 2 of 1s yarn, but you don't have to. And it ends the end of February.
This is the winter leg.
This is the winter leg pullover.
So I have the, looks kind of wrinkly, but
yep.
I have the front and back done.
And it's a split.
Yeah, split.
Hem.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that word.
And I am on the sleeve. And I'm doing, what do you call it? Magic loop, which I've never done that before. And it's just, it's okay because I didn't have the correct needles. I don't have double points this size. And I don't have like a 12-inch to start it. So anyway, Mallory showed me how to do that. It's okay, but you got to pull it out all
Yeah, I
around.
don't like it.
But it was all the only needles I had. So that's what I'm doing.
That's the only time I've used it is when I didn't have the right small needle.
It looks like there's a part there that's really loose. It's a thread, I hope.
What? We don't.
It's a whole.
Oh, probably where you joined yarn.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my winter leg.
I love it. So she's got her whole body done.
Yep.
And she's using the, we're both using 2 of 1's Hue+Me, and hers is called Agave. And we did look up what agave is, because last time we didn't know. It's the plant that they use to make tequila.
Oh, well.
And it is a bluish green plant.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It's a bluish green plant. Greenish blue. It's greenish blue.
I'm the one that said it was blue. You're the one that said it was green. So to you, it should be bluish green.
Oh, okay. That's
because
true.
you think it's green.
That's right.
To me, it would be greenish
It's green,
blue.
but it's bluish green. I see what you're saying. Whatever.
Okay. Mine is the same sweater. And it's the same yarn, except I'm using the color Juniper.
And I think that's a shrub.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
It is some kind of a plant.
I think it's a shrub.
It is because Will's parents have milk cows, and they name them all by trees.
Oh, really?
They all have a tree name.
Oh.
And they had a juniper. So I think it's a tree, maybe.
Well, it might be. But they use it in landscaping, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, they had like persimmon. They had sassafras. They've had juniper, cedar, willow. Oh, I'm missing a couple. But anyway, yeah, they've had them all named from trees.
That's cute. That's cute.
Yep. They keep their cows from like start to end too. So they've only had like a handful.
They're like pets.
Yeah, basically. So here's mine. And I have made, last time I think I was around here, so I have made some progress, but not near as much as Mom. She's beaten me.
Yeah, but she's been knitting on that collar work.
Yeah, as soon as, I think the last episode I said, I'm going to go home and cast on something tonight. Well, I did. I went home and cast that on.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that like, you know,
crazy.
Yeah. So but I have picked this back up and started to knit on. I'm on the body as well. And yeah.
Yeah, it won't take you long.
I will probably knit the body and then do the neck because I cannot stand to look at it without the neck. That's what I kind of do on those kind of sweaters a lot.
I forgot about that. It's a good way to do.
Yeah. So anyway.
And just the only other thing is I'm still doing Christmas presents. So I've just got like 4 more rows on my
Chic Chevron throw.
Yeah, that's the
4 more rows of
don't
gray.
have to
And
look
that's,
at all.
are you going to do a border or no?
Yeah, I'll do something around the size.
Just a double crochet. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe 2 rows of double crochet to make it look good.
Yeah. So this is the we both. I'm making one of these right now as well, and I know you guys are probably tired of seeing.
Yeah, we've shown it enough.
This is just the I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I won't get into the color details because we've shown it a lot, but it's so pretty.
And my sister is coming the end of this month, so we're going to have a little surprise, which she doesn't watch this, so it's okay.
She doesn't?
Janet?
Oh.
No. Yeah. My sister-in-law is having a birthday in the end of January, last Sunday, I think. And I think us siblings are going to surprise her, kind of. So that's why I'm hurrying. I got to get that done because Gail's coming, and one of my sister-in-laws, I'm still working on the Harvest quilt. They're 8-inch, and you put them together. It makes a.
Is that a cozy cabin?
This is a.
I think it's cozy cabin.
This is Dawn. It might be.
It is. Don't worry about it.
It's not Donna Jordan.
It's cozy cabin. Quick, move on.
Oh, wait a minute. I had it here. I was going to show it. Anyway, I've got, this is what I'm putting it together with. I thought these colors looked really pretty with it. Yeah.
Very pretty.
And one of these is,
and once you're done with these 2 quilts, like you're done quilting for a while, right?
yeah, unless I just want to do it for fun.
Yeah.
And then
Seems like you've made like 75 quilts in the last year.
I talked about my one with scripture. Well, I had it put together with a white looking block. Kind of looked like clouds, and I didn't like it, so I ripped it up. So this is my holy quilt.
Holy, get it?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to put that back together with this color, because these have like a purple. There's some purple.
Let me help you.
Yeah. That has some purple in it. So I'm going to put the squares I ripped up. That's okay. I'm going to put this, and then I think I'm going to applique more scripture that I can cut out of my fabric and put it on those blocks. So that's what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah, it is kind of an awkward quilt. The material was just awkward the whole time.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
It's been awkward.
And then I'm going to put a facing around it in the, put a 3-inch border around.
But it'll be pretty, and she'll like it.
She'll like it.
She'll like it. She'll appreciate it.
So that's my holy quilt. And that's all I can show right now.
On quilts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just show my Chic Chevron real quick. I just decided to whip up Alice and Maggie each a Chevron throw blanket because I've just been really into crochet lately, and these blankets are so fast. I can make one of these blankets in like 2 weeks. So I made it smaller. Oh my, what's happening here?
Is it hooked in there?
Yeah, I made it like, I don't know, 30 or 40 stitches smaller than the pattern, just so I can make it fast. And I'm making it with I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's all different colors.
You made it 40 littler because you
oh yeah, 40. You're right. You're right. So yeah, I
and
think
they're
I'll
excited about it.
Oh yeah, they're really. They've seen it. Yeah, they're like, what do they say? Like, Mommy's making a blanket. Mommy's making a blanket for me and Sissy. That's what they say. I'm like, yeah. So I don't know if I'll make 2 the exact same or mix it up a little bit on the second one. I might start with teal on the second one and mix up the order of things. I don't know, but.
Or you could add purple because this has got purple in it.
Yeah, something. Teal. I might do purple instead of pink, maybe. No, yeah, teal.
Well,
you're right.
You could do purple and lilac or lavender.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Do 1 purple and 1 pink.
Anyway, I'm just going to do, let's see, I've got 1, 2 whole sections. I think I'll just do 2 more. 2 more sections of 4, and then I'll be done. And then I'll just make another one real quick. So that might be for Valentine's Day or Easter. They already know it's coming, so.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah. Because they like to lay underneath every night. They've been starting to get real particular about what blanket they lay underneath in their beds. So like last night, Maggie's like, I want the one Mammal made. Mammal made. And she knows. She
does know that one?
She knows that I made the one with hearts and that you made the other chevron, the little baby chevron ones. Last night she wanted the one Mammal made. The night before she wanted the one that I made. So it's starting to be like, she knows this is what I do.
Yeah.
So it's starting to feel important to her that if I make her something, you know. So I'm excited about making them something. And that's not like a sweater. I can make that really fast. And it's not expensive. And it'll last forever because it doesn't have a size, you know. Like they can play with it for years and years and whatever. So I do need to make them some new cardigans probably this year. But
I'm going to make a new hat. I've got to make a hat because they have 2 knitted sweaters that I made. One for my other granddaughter, Lexi, who's 17.
Yeah.
Or will be.
And we got it. We passed it down.
Passed it down. So we've got that one, and I made another one, and I had made
somebody. And it didn't turn out, or it didn't work out. You didn't give it to them.
I just didn't give it to him. I don't know. I think I just made it.
Yeah.
But it was before the girls.
Oh yeah,
years ago. Yeah. So anyway, the one I made for Lexi had a tam hat, you know, the kind.
A little pom pom on it.
Yeah. So I've got to find that pattern. I'm sure it's in an old book.
And it
somewhere.
has mittens.
That's true, but I'll at least get the hat done.
Yeah, the hat's more important than the mittens.
Yeah.
So okay,
I want to get that done. But anyway.
All right. So that's our only whips really right now, like current active whips that we're working on. So I just want to talk a little bit about my little nomad and how I fixed it. because it was quite a learning experience. I will have to insert the YouTube video that I used to like learn how to do this because I cannot remember right now who it was. But you put a lifeline in at the length that you want to rip to. Or sorry, not rip to. The length that you want your sweater to be. You put the lifeline in. So for me, last time where the little safety pin was, you were right. That was where the ribbing needed to start, not where the length of the sweater needed to end. So I put a lifeline in at my little safety pin because I measured it on the boy's body. And I cut on the body and the sleeves. I did it for all 3 segments. And I went in and cut one leg of the row. Now here's where I messed up on the first one that I did. I cut on the actual row. I didn't realize, because the lady does not say this in the video, you need to cut like 2 rows before you get to your lifeline. I cut like right on the row, not realizing it. And then I started on a sleeve, thank goodness, because then my lifeline didn't matter because I cut that row. You need to give yourself, I would give myself next time at least 2 rows to work with.
Wow.
Not even just 1. I would give myself 2. Just to be safe.
So you just hurried and redone it?
Well, once I noticed it wasn't working, I stopped and I think I left that lifeline in and just stopped moving and put another lifeline in the row ahead, and then it was fine. And then I just had to pick up, like, there was like 10 stitches that fell off that I just had to fix. Then the other sleeve and the body I did better on. But now I know what to do. Now I know how to not do that again. But yeah, you have to cut and then unpick and like basically kind of like pull and unpick. And it's seam ripping. Kind of. Yeah. And unpick that whole part, and then that bottom of the sweater just detaches. And then you're left with your lifeline row. And you take a knitting needle, pick that back up, and then you knit the other direction. Now, I wouldn't do that if it was knit from the top down and it was too long. I would have just ripped it out. But since it was knit from the bottom up, I couldn't do that. It doesn't, knitting doesn't rip that way.
No, it doesn't.
Unfortunately. So that was a learning experience. But I did it and it worked out well. It was a perfect fit for him. And my husband said, when the very first day that he tried it on Christmas, my husband said, the neck's too big, I think. I think you need to cinch the neck in. And I said, Henry, is the neck bothering you? He's like, no. But he had a t-shirt on underneath. And it was probably like a thick t-shirt. He's like, no, it's not bothering me. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, no, I like the neck. It's fine. Well, then he put it on again after I did all that cutting off. And then he said, I think the neck's too big. I'm like, yes, but I can do that really quick.
So you just rip that out and just put it
Yeah, because it was knit from bottom up. So then the neck, I can just take off to the base of it. And then I'll just pick up and I'll just decrease.
Pick up less stitches.
And then I can do it in an hour. You know, because it's just the neck.
Yeah, so you could do that during a family.
That's what I told him. I said, just bring it next time that we all get together, and I will sit there and work on it right then and there, and he can go home with it. Yeah. You know, but in the meantime, he can wear it. Because I mean, he's going to wear a shirt underneath it anyway. It's a sweater. So the shirt will keep it up, just like it did when he first tried it on. But yeah, I think he is currently able to wear it, and that makes me feel better. Because before he couldn't. It was like the hands were just like flapping, and it was like this much too long for him. So. Anyway, yeah. So I will put a description with details on this episode. I forgot to do it last time, and time has gone by so long now that it's over. I'm not doing it unless I just have a whim to do it one day, but I probably won't. So I'm so sorry if anyone went to go look at my description last time and was mad that it wasn't there. But I will do it this time, I promise, because I want to put the recipe that we're going to show and everything on there. So anyway. All right, I think that is it. No, future knits. I was going to talk about a future knit. Do you have a future? Any future?
No, I'm just
gotta finish your projects.
Finishing my quilts, and I have got 3 sweaters of my own that I want to finish. We'll not talk about them.
Well, I have sweaters I need to finish too. I need to finish my soundtrack pullover this year. Obviously, I'm going to finish my Zalktis and my winterling that I just showed, and then I really should at least try to get like a chunk more done on that slip stravaganza blanket, because once I get going on that, I do enjoy it. But it is just so big and time consuming. But I would like to make some progress on that this year. But anyway, I'm still going to cast things on because that's just
I do want to make a Christmas sweater. I bought the yarn last year.
Oh, you got months.
I know, but that's, I mean, time I get those other sweaters done, it'll be the middle of summer.
Well, you need to quit quilting.
Well, I'll
It's
probably...
cutting into your knitting time.
I'll probably stop for a little while, because...
Okay.
I probably won't want to do that for a while, because I'm trying to finish them, and it'll be time to quit.
All right, so the only thing I'm going to do is make another pair of socks. This is the yarn I'm going to use. I've got it caked up and ready to go. It matches my Alice in Wonderland bag that Mom got me for Christmas. It is by the Yarn Painter, and it's Sue Speckert from Bloomington, Indiana. And the color is Blue Paradise. And it's beautiful.
It is. It's really pretty.
It's got dark blue, light blue, purple, light purple, white. It's so pretty. So I'm going to make another pair of Obata socks by Kay Jones, because my favorite socks are the gray ones that I made. And they're starting to get a hole on both feet on the ball.
And like I said, I don't know if that was the last podcast.
Yeah, there's a way. You take yarn and you go back and forth, and then you use a crochet hook and
pick it up somehow.
Yeah. I mean, I might mend them. So.
Yeah, I've seen it.
But I just love them. I wear them and wear them and wear them. So
I love wearing the socks. I just don't like making them, but I have a sock started.
Yep.
She has knitted on it a couple of times.
Yeah, when I didn't have anything to knit, and I'm like, what do you got?
Give me that sock.
I gave her my crunkled socks that I made. I talked about a few episodes ago, because the yarn, I was disappointed with that yarn. It shrunk up, and my feet are huge, and so it shrunk up and they weren't comfortable anymore.
Yeah, they're hard to get on.
So Mom is 2 shoe sizes down from me. So I was like, here, Mom, you want these socks?
I wear them all the time.
Yeah,
I've got them on right now.
Yeah. But yeah, the yarn, I was just disappointed in the yarn. I didn't like the way that it looked. And I do not like how bad it shrunk up. And it also got really fuzzy. Very fuzzy. Not even pilly, just straight up staticky fuzzy. You got a big old string on you.
Oh, quilts. And I'm wearing the Throwover by Andrea Mowry.
Mowry. It's hard to say that. Mowry.
And this is the one I made for Mallory originally, and it was too
tight in the shoulders.
Tight in here, so it's a little bit tight for me, but maybe not quite as tight as her. I have more rounded shoulders. She has more square shoulders.
Roxy.
So I've been wearing it, and yeah.
Yeah, it's really pretty on you.
Yeah, and then I do have another one started. We've talked about it before, and I've got it to here, and she's going to do this part.
Because it's 3 colors at once.
And it'll be tidy. I tried it, remember, and I think I ripped it out, didn't I?
I don't remember.
Anyway, she'll do that part, and then I'll continue and finish it for her.
I know. I have it at my house. I forget that it's there, and I just need to do it. It'll take me like 1 or 2 nights. And
I think you need to bring it back here and do it.
When I'm here, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so then I've got that one to do too. So I've got 3 for myself and that one.
Lots of knitting. So
lots of knitting, yeah. But I'm like my, what's the gray one with the little white?
Oh, your picket fences.
Yeah, I've worked on it on and off.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be the first one I do. And I looked at my Jenny jacket the other day, and I really don't have as much done on it as I thought I did. I just have like, this much.
But it's not very long. It's a little jacket, so it's not very long.
Yeah.
But
and that part's not hard, really.
No, it's the putting on the arms and body together that's killer.
So I would like to have that to be able to wear it for spring as a jacket.
This spring?
Maybe.
You're not going to get that done.
Okay, next fall.
Maybe next spring.
Maybe next spring. Well, okay, spring.
Spring is like a month away. You are not getting that done. You've had on the needles for over a year.
No, spring's not a month away. I'm thinking
2 months away. Okay.
April.
It'll be too hot. It's not going to happen, people.
Oh, well, I always have high hopes, and they never quite come true.
I just know from making that sweater, and I know her knitting style, and it's not going to happen. And
I looked at the tender the other day, too, and I've got most of the body done on
now
it.
that you could get done for spring, and it's cotton.
And it's cotton.
You could wear
light
that.
Pink, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks huge. It looks like it's yay wide.
It's a boxy sweater, though.
I hope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But okay, so now we are going to cut to our Empire Cookie segment, and I hope you enjoy. The only thing we forgot to mention in the very beginning during the ingredients is you will need a jar of jam. It's sitting there with our ingredients, but we forgot to point it out. So you will need a jar of jam.
No, we talked about it later.
We talked about it later, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and good luck with your cookies.
Yep.
Okay, here are all of the ingredients that you will need to make your Empire biscuits. First, we have a 1/2 pound of real butter. So that's like real salted butter. 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and then 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar.
Okay.
I like to say it like that. Okay, then you're going to need, for your icing later, you will need 3 tablespoons of butter, which is, all this butter is softened to room temp. And then you'll need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, a few sprinkles of salt, 2 cups of powdered sugar, 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of warm milk. This is 2%. A few drops of almond extract to taste. And then we're going to color the icing with maraschino cherry juice.
I'm going to cream together my 1/2 pound of butter, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 egg. And I like to use the stand-up mixer. And I use this. And we will cream it. Okay, I am going to mix my cream of tartar and baking soda with my flour. You can sift it, I just don't. And then I add it by spoonful in my mixer. And I get it all over the sides. All right. Let it kind of mix. If I turn it on too much, it'll fly across the room. Okay. All right, we'll just dump it in. And we'll just let this mix. And it will form into a ball. It is a dry mixture.
Since it is a dry mixture, it does kind of whip the mixer around a little bit because it's very thick and dense. But that's normal. You don't want to add any liquid at this point.
It looks mixed.
I think it's mixed.
Let's see what it looks like. Okay. I'll take this off of the beaters. That really came off easily. And I usually just take my hands and make it into a ball. This will be enough to roll out twice. Because it's a pretty large amount. See how it turned out? Really perfect. It's like, I think I heard some lady explain it's like Play-Doh or like modeling clay feeling. So we'll get it ready to roll out. Yeah, I learned this trick from the Pioneer Woman, one of her blogs. I've been rolling it out on wax paper with flour, and then that puts a lot of flour on your cookie dough. So I put saran wrap on the bottom and saran wrap on top, and we roll it out like so. Now, I think the original recipe says, put your dough in the refrigerator and let it cool. I don't know. I just don't. Maybe I should.
Now, what's the thickness you're rolling this to?
I think the recipe says 1/8 of an inch.
Okay.
Some of mine end up being thicker than others, you know.
They're all good.
I'm not precise. So
this is half of the dough. You split it in half.
I think we need to roll it out a little bit more. Yeah, I made, for Christmas, I think it was 4 batches. That's what I made. And I used an old sipper cup from the 70s. It's just a perfect size, and it's just good to handle.
A biscuit cutter would also work.
Yeah.
But you don't want them too big.
You can use a small biscuit cutter. Or you can make them in little designs. You can cut little stars, little hearts.
Just remember you're going to be putting jam in them and
Yeah,
icing them later.
If you really wanted to make them fancy, though, you could. But we just like them round. It's just easier to, like she said, to put jam in and ice. I think there's enough. I don't know about that one. So, I'll get my spatula. Any spatula will do. And just start placing them on. It's an ungreased cookie sheet. There's enough butter in there to keep them. And they don't really raise a whole lot, so you can kind of put them kind of close together. I just usually do 4 across. And that seems to work out pretty good.
I'll say, okay, so continue in this manner until you've got all your dough rolled out and on cookie sheets. Once you fill up one cookie sheet, go ahead and place them in a 300-degree Fahrenheit oven for 30 minutes. If you're going to be using a frozen jam, at this point, while the cookies are baking, I would lay that out if you haven't done so already and let it begin to thaw. We are going to use homemade frozen strawberry jam, but feel free to use your favorite jam of choice.
While your cookies are in the oven, you can start making your icing. And I literally just put everything in there. I'm probably not going in the list that it says in the phone here. I'm just going to go ahead.
Just a few drops.
Just a touch of tenderness.
Almond.
And vanilla.
Recipe calls for a teaspoon of, no, a half a teaspoon of vanilla.
All right,
But Mom's just going to guess.
Yeah. And what else do I need? I need my powdered sugar. And this is to color it pink, and it does give it a little bit of taste. Actually, they give it, they put it on the top of it.
So what do you think? Maybe like a tablespoon you put in there or so?
Yeah, probably not even that. Probably a teaspoon or so.
Okay, it's just for coloring.
And I can add more if I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use my
Whisk.
this time. And we will just hope that's on there good. Okay. Let's start. And we may need to add more powdered sugar. It just depends. To scrape the bowl, and I think it might need just a tiny bit more powdered sugar. And you know, as you make powdered sugar icing, sometimes it grows.
So why does it need more powdered sugar? Like, why do you think that?
And because I think it's too thin to ice.
Too thin. Okay. And I think it needs more maraschino juice. It's not pink enough.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you could always, you know, add a little red food coloring, but.
So that's another quarter cup you're putting in.
Yeah, I'm going to put almost.
Another half a cup. Okay.
We'll see. And we'll add a little bit more juice.
It's good. It's a guessing game.
It is.
And it really doesn't matter. It's just sweet, delicious icing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that coloring looks right now.
Mm-hmm.
The sides.
Shut it off. Let's see. I'm sure Martha Stewart would not do it this way. See what you think.
Everybody knows what store-bought icing texture is. You don't want it quite that thick.
Yeah, I may have it a little thick, but you just kind of mix that all.
You want it? Yeah, that looks perfect.
Yeah, it does. And it might take more than this, but this is a beginning anyway. You don't want it on your cookie too thick.
No, it doesn't take much.
So I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think it looks good too. Yeah, it's not as thick as store-bought, but it's close.
Did I put salt in it? I did.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
All right, that's the icing.
A little bit stuck there, not too bad. You don't really need the grease on the tray, but I just loosened them up a little bit. I'm just going to slide them over into our holding tray.
And we did let those cool for a few minutes on the cookie sheet.
Yeah, we did.
But not super long, just a few minutes so your hand won't burn. Yeah. Okay, now that your cookies are out of the oven and cooled off, you're going to ice them and put jam in between them. So normally we kind of do this in a process. Mom will, usually there's a bunch of us over here and Mom will have us put jam in between and make a little sandwich first. Then we let those sit for a few hours and come back later and ice them. But for the podcast purposes, we're going to try to speed up the process a little bit. So I thought maybe we should try to ice a few and then just put them all together at once. And maybe we'll learn something new today. So I'm just taking a little bit, smeared it on top of the cookie like that. So I'm just going to do like 3. There's 3 of us in the house right now, so we could each eat one. It doesn't take much icing. Just about that much. Okay. So we always do the ugly side in. just because. So I put that bottom part down. Smear some strawberry jam in there. Just enough to make a little sandwich amount. If you do too much, they get too sloppy. Oop. So I'm going to take my pre-iced top, place it on there, put it there. We'll just repeat that process here a couple more times. Normally Mom has about 200 of these at once, so we have to all sit around. It's a community effort, but it's so worth it. It is a sticky process. You are going to get jam and icing on your fingers. That's okay though, because you can lick it off. Okay, so there's our 3 little cookies. And we're going to present them on a glass tray for today. And then I'll show you what we do with the maraschino cherries. Mom, you want to explain the maraschino cherry thing?
Yeah, my family doesn't like the maraschino cherries, but you are supposed to cut your maraschino cherries, quarter them or however, little pieces. And then you just, after you get them iced, just put one in the middle. It just makes it pretty.
It's kind of Christmassy. I just don't particularly like the texture of cherry. Whoop, that one got 2.
And I like the taste of the cherries, but
I don't like the skin on them.
So yeah, I usually don't put it on
That's what they look like.
Because sometimes as they set, that juice will kind of run out into the icing. But
and then a lot of times for our family, since most of us don't like the cherries, Mom will sprinkle them with green colored sugar for Christmas time.
Or sprinkles, Christmas sprinkles would be pretty. I've done that too.
So that's it.
Okay.
And then you enjoy. Okay, so we hope you enjoyed the cookie segment. And we hope you have good luck making your cookies. And like I said earlier, we make them at Christmas time, but you can make them any time of the year.
And they are, we got them from my mother-in-law, who was from Scotland. And she was Scottish-Irish. But these are a Scottish cookie. And I guess originally they were kind of a copycat from a German cookie called, did I write that down? German Linzer cookies / biscuit.
Cookies.
And they were very similar. And online I looked it up. And when at the beginning of World War II, it was a very loved cookie. It's like the children of that era grew up with Empire biscuits like we grew up with chocolate chip cookies. That was just kind of their to-go cookie. And World War II, they changed it because Germany was their rivalry and they didn't want that particular connection. So they changed the name to Empire Biscuits, actually.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I read online. And you know it's all true. Everything you read online is all true.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
So it was originally a German cookie, and they copied it, and then they changed the name. Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, again, hope you enjoyed that, and let us know if there's any other suggestions that you might have to make our podcast more fun, more interesting, and to, intrigue more people. We're trying to kind of branch out a little bit from just like chatter and stuff.
Yeah, we do chatter. We tend to.
We do, but that's never going to stop. But
No, probably not.
Anyway, good luck with your knitting, and happy baking. And we will see you in a few weeks. Bye.